A generation ago, the only way that Americans knew about Korea was from the Korean War and maybe the TV show MASH. Within the last 10 or 20 years, when you think of Korea, you think of North Korean nuclear weapons, Korean companies such as LG and Samsung and Hyundai, Korean food, democratization in South Korea, K-pop girl groups like Girls' Generation that are popular around the world now. So Korea now has become a global economic power. It's an important political or security issue. And culturally, it's moved far beyond being a small country somewhere over in East Asia.
There's so much interest and question of what is East Asia and how it will be in the future. And I feel that through the Korean Studies Institute, we're able to ask questions about contemporary issues.
The problem with North Korea is that the fact that there is indeed a food shortage and also the inability to access food, that these things are...
In my experience as a scholar who's working on these topics, the Korean Studies Institute and USC welcome really cutting-edge scholarship that's being done on North Korea, scholarship which challenges us and is of incredible contemporary relevance.
Why do you think North Korea on the one hand made an agreement and on the other hand decided to abrogate it?
We want to shape public debate and we want to inform policy both in South Korea and the United States. We do this through a combination of scholarship, of being public intellectuals, of linking to the community.
As a Korean Studies Institute fellow, I'm really able to meet prominent figures of the Korean community. One of the coolest things I was able to do was to attend a lunch with the ambassador to North Korea for the United States and to learn more about the policies that are happening right now and how we're moving forward and taking active efforts in order to create a better understanding of North Korea. It's exciting.
To have initial response from you guys, how you read this text, how you found it.
KSI's strength here at USC is that it's able to tap into those humanities programs that we have here already on campus, but also sort of marry that into more contemporary events and understanding sort of how history informs the present political developments.
And we're going to get to this at the end of today when we start talking about these stereotypes, because in many ways I think American images of Asia tend to be images of Japan.
We've instituted a Korean Studies minor.
By offering a minor, it gives students a more dedicated focus and understanding of the dynamics in the region, just having a specialized understanding of Korean studies, and just gives them an extra edge when they go out into the market after USC.
Pollution is as much a part of the economic relationship and where the factories are located and who's buying what from whom.
My work centers upon the immigration of Korean War adoptees who came to the United States in the 1950s and 60s. A lot of the scholars who are here at USC are doing really rich transnational work, working between the United States and the Pacific in particular. I also got a chance to meet the head librarian of the Korean Heritage Library, and this collection is incredible and it's known around the world, and that's another reason why I wanted to come to USC.
We support student research overseas in Korea.
Well, the most recent trip I took to Korea was to the East Asian Studies Center, Global East Asia. This is such a cool opportunity to be able to go with one professor and about 8 students to Korea and just to live there for a month and take a 4-unit class about Korean history, learn about a monument, then visit the monument, or learn about a city and visit that city.
As a university on the Pacific Rim, having an institute like this that is deeply involved in some of the most important issues that affect US and East Asia is very important for the university. We're about a mile from the largest concentration of ethnic Koreans outside of Korea. Right downtown is Little Tokyo. There's a new Chinatown and an old Chinatown here. So providing opportunities for students to understand much more deeply about Korea and East Asia is one of the goals that we've got here.